Hi guys, how you guys doing? I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm doing okay. I'm doing really well, really well. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so when I took her out to sushi, we had a great time. I told you guys I'd be back again. I know I took a long time to get back, but I have so much to do. God, I had so much to do. Usually I don't work very much in the wintertime here at all. And I had to work yesterday, so I was quite happy about that. Yeah. So how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, look guys, look. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if you guys can see the color, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. It's called the Agua Aura. It's for your chakras, all of your chakras. This picture does not do it any justice, because it's really a rainbow color. But you don't see it on here. Anywho, I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that I make. It's my moldavite. With an authentic type of Victorian type of wiring. It's supposed to be old like wiring, I don't know. I actually don't like the wiring. I think I'm going to change it to gold. And of course my Libyan desert glass. Yeah. So yes, and I do have another moldavite. I'm crazy, guys. Look, I have this moldavite. This one is from Tammy Doe. What am I talking about? Tammy Woo. Where the heck did that come from anyway? Tammy Doe. I carry that around. That kind of stays in my bra, actually, guys. But I'm just showing you. I took it out of my bra to show you. Yeah. So you could have seen a few of my pendants out in the front at the beginning of this video. So, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing fine. I'm going to continue on with my spiritual journey. But you know what? You have to face it, guys. I could never stop because it's still going on. If I were to continue, it'd be like part 5 going on to 110 or whatever, because it's still going on. But I'm just telling you some of the strange events that I've been through. Yeah, I was talking about my rose quartz before. That was kind of creepy. That was so strange. The rose quartz, how it attracted all these men in one day, and I never took it back to work with me again. Never, and never will. Never. That will never happen again. That was very strange. But that's how I really knew that crystals really work. So my rose quartz really attracted 2 men in one day. Yes, 2 dates in one day. So I always sleep with it underneath my bed. Anywho, yeah, my spirituality went on because, as the years went on, I went through so much stress. My parents were out there in America, and they were in Georgia. They moved from New York to Georgia and built a house in Georgia at the age my mom was 78 years old, and she built a house, 76 years old, and my father was 78 or something like that, and they built a house with a 32-year mortgage. Who does that? Who gives older folks a 32-year mortgage at that age? Who? I remember being very upset when I found that out. I'm the only child. They have nobody else but me. Well, they had nobody else but me, And somebody had the audacity to give them a 32-year mortgage when they knew they wouldn't live long enough to continue to paying it. So what was their agenda, But anyway, I loved my house very much. I love my house. It's my house now. My parents started getting sick, and that's when one thing led to another. My mom, I told you before that my mom had breast cancer, and I ended up getting breast cancer. And I don't know, I I had breast cancer, and when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I went with my friend, a very good friend of mine, and she was there for support because my husband had already left. He wasn't there to support me at all. I have to admit, no support from him whatsoever. I think that's what was killing me, that was really hurting me. It was making matters worse, to be honest with you. It made me more stressed out. So I remember when I got diagnosed, I was just totally devastated. And I remember that day, just coming out of that doctor's office and sitting in the lobby and the seats in the lobby, and just crying on my friend's shoulder. Just remember just crying, bawling on my friend's shoulder. And I cried and I cried for hours. And then I had, for the first time, I think I specifically heard a voice that said, "Sharon, suck it up. You have children here. Now your husband has left. Now it's time for you to step up and stay healthy for these children, because they need you. Because one parent has already left, they need you." So I just sucked it up. I just got up, dusted myself off, and I did what I had to do. And that day I never cried again. And I never felt like I was a victim either. And it just did something to me. I started hearing voices. Don't think I'm crazy now. I ain't crazy. I'm not nuts, okay? I've been hearing like strange voices. And I understand now that it was probably my spirit guides telling me what to do, or my higher self. So I remember just learning how to, I was in the process of meditating. My daughter had taught me how to meditate when my husband had left. So that was like 2 years before I had been diagnosed with cancer. And as I learned meditation, as like my spirit guides were telling me, try to imagine a white light coming down from the heavens and going inside your crown. And when the white light goes inside of you, just imagine that white light zapping all of those terrible cancer cells. And I actually saw that in my mind's eye. Saw it. And every day I would meditate. And I would visualize this white light coming out of the heavens through my crown and just going through my body, finding all the bad cancer cells. This is what I did. I did that every morning and every night. Something told me to do that. Nobody told me, nobody physically told me to do that, but I heard this voice inside of my heart telling me what to do. And that's what I did. And besides that, I was also taking warm water with a lemon and baking soda to alkaline my body, because cancer can't live in a body that's alkaline. And this is what I did every single day. And I was doing pretty good. Yeah, I did very, very well. But on the other hand, I'm in a foreign country and I didn't have my papers. So I have these people that are friends of mine. I tried so hard to get my papers on my own, and the people here are very, very hard on Americans. So I have these friends that are natives, and they helped me get my papers. They helped me get my health insurance. So this is how I found out that I had cancer, which I kind of figured that I did, which didn't really hit me as hard because I knew something was there. I tell you before in my last video that I had this lump in my breast for like 3 years, and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I kind of said, I kind of figured that it's a possibility that it could be cancer. But it's when my husband left is when I said, no, I have to check out if I have cancer or not. It would be selfish not to, because my kids need me. And that's the reason I went to check. So that's what I did. So these native Mallorquins, they helped me get my papers and get my health insurance. He just happened to be a retired boss of the ambulances. Wow, go figure, right? So he has connections. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known. Well, I would have known something, but I wouldn't have really checked it. So I was always very, very grateful to him. So maybe a little bit too grateful because he was like a father. He is like a father to me. He's still alive. He's with his wife, and he was like a father to me back then. So when they told me that I had to take chemotherapy, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to take chemotherapy because I've heard about it, and I've heard that sometimes chemotherapy can be even more devastating than the cancer, to be honest with you, and I didn't want to take it. But then he would get mad at me and said, you better take it, look, and be grateful that I got you in here and you had a chance to, he's talking to me in Spanish, that you have a chance to get checked out and find out that what you have. You better get in there and take that chemotherapy. So you can believe it or not, I took the chemotherapy because he was getting mad at me. Go figure. Yeah. I took it because he was getting mad at me, and I felt guilty because he helped me get my papers and get my health insurance and everything. So I took it, but I said, you know what? I'm going to mix the two. I'm going to take the chemotherapy, and I'm going to mix it with meditation and imagining this white light coming down and clearing out my bad cancer cells at the same time. So this is what I did. And I don't believe that the cancer, the chemo really worked, to be honest with you. I really didn't want to take it. It was not the first thing really on my mind. I really hated it very much. I just continued on mostly with meditating. Just imagine that white light. And just being positive, watching a lot of funny movies, laughing a lot, having fun with my children. And I tell you, after a while, the meditation made it seem as though I forgot. I felt like I forgot about everything. I felt like I forgot that I even had it some days. So then, one day it came to a head. Well, 3 months after, while I'm taking the chemotherapy, and the chemotherapy made me feel like shit. I say shit. My hair fell out. I was bald-headed, completely bald-headed. I had no feeling in my toes. It was just miserable. My skin was gray. I felt so ugly, but I had to continue on working because I was the only one supporting these kids. My husband wasn't here. So I had to do what I had to do, So anyway, one day I heard this little voice say to me, if you keep taking that chemotherapy, you'll be dead by next year. I think I said this in one of my videos, but I'll repeat it again because it's going into a different direction. And I said, you know what? When I heard that voice, I said, I'm going to stop taking it, and I'm going to make an appointment with my boss. Might as well call her boss, my doctor. I'm going to make an appointment with her and with my doctor and tell her that I'm going to stop taking it and see what she says. So, made an appointment. I'm sitting there in the office with my friend, and we're both waiting to go in. My friend is not awake. My friend, she's my really good friend, but she's not awake. She's Spanish. I don't even know how we communicate because she doesn't speak any English. And I don't speak very much Spanish. Well, I speak very good Spanglish, but I don't speak the Spanish that they speak. They speak Mallorquin, Catalan. I don't understand that. It sounds German to me. But anyway, I'm waiting to go in the office to talk to the doctor. It was at 10:30 in the morning. There's other cancer patients waiting to go and see her as well. You can tell because they have no hair on their heads as well. They have nothing. Their skin is gray. They look horrible. There's like a whole row full of people taking chemotherapy. And I'm like, oh God, Lord have mercy. Am I doing the right thing? I just kept saying that to myself. Am I doing the right thing? What am I doing here, Sharon? You know, am I damned if I do? If I don't, what do I do? And it just seems so real. It feels like it was just the other day. And it was 10:30. And I remember thinking to myself really, really hard, like, am I doing the right thing? And the last time that I said to myself, am I doing the right fucking thing? Am I doing the right thing? I looked down at my watch and it said 11:11. It's the first time I started seeing synchronicities. And I believe to this day that 11:11 was a confirmation that I was doing the right thing. Well, I know it was because I had heard the voice earlier that morning before I went to the doctor's office about that if I continued taking the chemotherapy, I would be dead by next year. Because it wasn't the cancer that would have killed me. It would have been the chemo. So I go into the office, finally get in about 12:30 or something like that. 12:30 or something like that. I talked to the doctor and I said, Rosemary, I'm going to stop taking the chemotherapy. And she looked at me like I was crazy. The doctor looked at me literally like I was crazy. She says, she said to me, she says, if you stop taking the chemotherapy, you'll be dead by next year. Now that to me is a synchronicity. It is, because the other voice in my head said the opposite. But it was kind of worded the same as what Rosemary said, the doctor. I said, wow. I said, you know what? I'm going to follow that voice in my head because it's some kind of a guided spirit that's telling me what to do. And I'm going to follow my intuition. I think this is the right thing that I'm doing. And she says, all right then. She says, it would be really silly of you to stop. She says, because after you have the operation and everything, you have to take radiotherapy. I said, hell no, I ain't taking that at all. I said, don't even think about it. I said, if I'm stopping chemotherapy, I ain't taking nothing else. She goes, you're crazy, girl. I said, well, I serve a Father that's up there. I serve a God that's incredible. I can do wonders for people. I'm not crazy. So then I remember walking out of the office and I was just breathing a sigh of relief. And in a way I started to panic. I'm saying, oh my God, I hope I did the right thing. Oh my God, I hope I did the right thing. I was like so nervous. Look down at my watch. My watch says 111. For me, that was a confirmation that I was good to go. So I took that, went home, continued doing my rituals every morning, just dedicated myself to just doing these rituals, doing my meditations every morning before I get, telling the Lord how grateful I am, telling Father God how grateful I am just to be here and just talking in present tense that everything is okay. Thank you for healing me. Thank you so much for making me be here. It was like so real to me. It was so, I don't want to start getting like sensitive, but it was so real. It was such a vivid experience for me. It just seemed like it was yesterday. Mind you, it's about almost 4 years now. 3.5 years ago this happened. So I went home and I worked on myself. And the next appointment I had, the doctor says, oh my God, it's shrinking. She says, how the hell are you doing it? I said, I told you it would be gone. I told you that this is I take care of myself. I know that I can heal this. I literally healed myself, with the help of my angels and God, the universe, source energy, whatever you want to call it, I was being healed. I was being healed. And I remember 3 months later, when I went for my checkup again, my cancer was all gone. The tumor was completely gone. She goes, how the hell did you do that? And at the time, I was also, that's right, I still have it here, I believe. Yes, I do. You see this little thing right here? This is what you call an amber. The amber is noted to heal you from sicknesses. So I used to put this in my bra next to the tumor, and it would draw out the sickness out of the cancer, and it would go into this amber right here. I don't know who told me that, but I did it. Yes, it worked. It really, really, really worked. And I still have it as a trophy to this day. And the doctor was just completely surprised. She goes, how the heck did you do that? And just all of these crystals that I used to wear. I didn't wear these at the time, but what did I use? I used a lot of tourmaline, because tourmaline blocks negative energy. Tourmaline, quartz, because it also amplifies your emotions. So I used to always be in a positive mood. I've always been in a positive mood. Even when I was going through my sickness, I was always positive. And it just amplified the way I felt. And I just felt good. My vibration was high. I had it going on. And the doctor was like, I don't know how you're doing this. And I explained to her, I said, just healing myself, just being in the moment. And just knowing that I have these kids to stand by and make sure that they're okay before I go anywhere. And that's my story about my cancer story, you know, and it's just great. So anytime you're like sick and you're really, always imagine that white light. You can imagine it for anything. You could imagine it for your back pains, for your headaches, for anything that's wrong with you. It really had helped me. And this was one of my spiritual journeys. This was like one of the biggest parts of my spiritual journey, because I just knew that it was like a lesson for me. And I realized that it's not everything that we feel is really bad, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anything that is really bad. I think it's just a means of making us expand and to just learn about ourselves and learn about life, and to be more aware of ourselves, so things that we forgot about ourselves, because there's a lot of things that we hold, the power that we have in us. We forget that we have that, and we need to tap into that, and that's what I did. I tapped into that, and damn it, I healed myself. So, as I was telling you, in the wintertime, I don't sing as much, I don't work as much, so I met some of these musicians that I have, and we went out on the street. I said, you know what, I feel like going out on the street and singing. It just awakened me in a different light. You know, usually I'm on the stage singing, and the people are like down there and I'm up here, and you know, that, you know, wasn't very important to me anymore. I would have been more impressed with being face to face with people, looking them in the eye when I sing. I had to do that. It changed me. So I got in contact with these musicians, and one would play the guitar and the other one would play the, what do they call it? I forgot. It's like a box that the gypsies use. They use it like a drum, and they sit on the box and they hit it, and it sounds like drums. It sounds like drums. I forgot the name of it. So we'd go out on the street, and I would sing. Yeah, I would sing, and the people would form around me, and they'd listen to me, and I to be honest with you, I didn't even do it to make money. I forgot actually that I was that I went out there to. No, my intentions was not for the money. Although I wasn't working, it was just to make people smile, to make people happy. And as I sang and I made people happy, and they were dancing in the streets, and I had a bunch of people around me, they would say, where's the thing that you put the money in? I said, I don't know. I said, what thing that I put the money in? What money? They said, girl, you better put something out there to catch some of that money. I said, all right. I took the hat off my head because I was bald-headed, and I put it on the floor, and money just came storming. People were just throwing so much money at me. You know, here you can only sing for 20 minutes or perform for 20 minutes. It's the law. And in 20 minutes, I made almost $200 in 20 minutes. So I'd go out every day with these guys and sing and have some of it recorded. If I could find a video, I'll show you guys. But yeah, and just to look into people's eyes and to see them dancing and smiling and happy. For me, that was like $1 million. I didn't really care about the money. I gave most of the money to the guys, that were playing with me. I just wanted to see people happy, and it just came from a different whole perspective of singing. I mean, I came here to make money. I made a lot of money as I was singing. But wow, it just kind of like made me look at things differently, And that's as far as I'm gonna go right now, because it's 26 minutes, and that's crazy. All right, 26 minutes is a long time. It's a long time, guys. I could go on forever, but I love talking about this because it's just fascinating going through such a spiritual journey and the way I went through it. I loved it. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, yeah, you know what? If you guys got down to the end of this, I don't know, I would like to maybe, figures, something just fell. I'd like to give away one of these. See if I can show you. This is a little citrine pendant that I made. Can you see it? Citrine is for abundance and prosperity. It's called the merchant stone. Now this stone is a pendant, see? It's a merchant stone. They used to call it the merchant stone back in the day. And people still use it. They put it by their cash registers or their purses, and it attracts money. So I'd like to maybe give this one away to you guys. You guys, let me see if I'm drawn to you. And what I would like you guys to do is somebody to, let's see. Put the word prosperity. Yeah, prosperity. Okay? And we'll see who gets this. I'm going to have a drawing and see who gets this. This is the citrine pendant that I made. It's made from silver. It's silver wire that I used. It's a nice little cute thing. I got it actually from Georgia. When I went to Georgia, I bought this citrine. I love citrine. It's one of my favorite stones as well, besides moldavite. But yeah, remember, write the words prosperity, all right? Okay, guys, I gotta go. I can't stay out here forever. You know I love you guys. Give me a hug, okay? Come on. I love you guys. I love you guys so much, really. And it's so nice to be able to talk to people when you're so far away from home. Because there's not very many people to talk to over here. So I really look forward to talking with you guys. All right. So you guys do that. And in the next video, we'll make that drawing, okay? And we'll see who gets it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace, blessings, and love. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye.